Hello, my name is Sanchirico, and I'm currently working in Baldwin's Acquiring Minds Lab at the U of O. Within the Acquiring Minds Lab, I'm working on the Cambodia project, which is headed by Baldwin, Jeffrey Measelle, and Kyly Whitfeild. So this is my poster, and the title reads, Thiamine Supplementation Benefits Language Development in Infants at Risk for Thiamine Deficiency. So an overview of the study at large. So Israeli infants were exposed to a defective soy-based formula that lacked in thiamine, which is an essential B vitamin, which is essential for deriving energy from nutrients. Subsequently displayed measurable delays in language development among the children who were unfortunately exposed to this defective formula. These findings have raised widespread concern given that millions of infants, especially in regions such as Southeast Asia, currently remain at risk for thiamine deficiency. So our study, in the context of a larger randomized controlled trial, we investigated the extent to which maternal thiamine supplementation may protect the developmental progress in language domain for exclusively breastfed rural Cambodian infants. So a bit on our methods. We ran a 4 parallel arm, double-blind, randomized control trial in which mothers were provided daily thiamine supplementation, a capsule containing either 0, 1.2, 2.4, or 10 milligrams of thiamine to 248 exclusively breastfeeding Cambodian mothers when their infants were between the ages of 2 to 24 weeks. So we subsequently measured infants' language development, both receptive and expressive language, via the Mullen Scales of Early Learning, MSEL, which was conducted at 2, 12, and 24 weeks, and again at a 52 weeks follow-up. At 24 weeks, infants also participated in the IDS task, which assessed the magnitude of enhanced visual attention related to hearing infant-directed speech, which we will refer to as IDS, relative to adult-directed speech, or ADS. Okay, so a bit on the Mullen. So the MSEL assesses early cognitive development across 5 different domains: gross motor, fine motor, visual receptive, receptive language, and expressive language. So we predicted a dose-response relationship between maternal thiamine supplementation and infants' language performance on the MSEL at endline, which was 24 weeks. Regression analysis controlling for baseline cognitive ability and baseline breast milk thiamine levels revealed that infants whose breastfeeding mothers received higher dosage of thiamine supplementation, or 10 milligrams of thiamine, displayed significantly higher MSEL receptive language scores and also displayed marginally higher MSEL expressive language scores. Infants within the 10 milligrams group displayed significantly higher levels of expressive and expressive language compared to all different treatment groups. At the 52-week follow-up, infants as a whole displayed significant decreases in the MSEL receptive and expressive language scores compared to North American counterparts. So as you can see in these 2 graphs, the US norm is the parallel line that runs through. So receptive language scores, as you can see, the 2-week and 12-week and 24-week showed a significant increase in the scores. And then at the 52-week, once supplementation had ended, at the 24-week, we observed a significant decrease in these scores across the receptive and expressive language scores. And this is suggesting that continuous supplementation may be the most beneficial for infants' language development. Okay, and then a bit on the IDS related attentional enhancement task. So the IDS task measures the extent to which infants display enhanced attentional to visual stimulus when hearing infant-directed speech, relative to adult-directed speech. So across many cultures, speech to infants has a special characteristic to it. So it's usually simplified, emotionally charged, high-pitched, and exaggerated in structure. So the IDS enhanced attention requires the infants to be able to differentiate between IDS and ADS, which in turn involves abilities to analyze complex, streamlining linguistic information. So we hypothesize that access to thiamine is important for the development of the language processing skills that underpin the IDS-related attentional enhancement task. We predicted that higher dosage of maternal thiamine supplementation will be associated with increased magnitude of the infant's IDS-related attentional enhancement. So a bit on the methods, the infant's IDS task was assessed, or the infant's IDS related attentional enhancement was assessed via looking time to a standard checkerboard stimulus, which was displayed on a Samsung tablet. So as you can see, this is a picture of kind of what the setup would look like. Regression analyses controlling for baseline cognitive skills and baseline breast milk thiamine levels revealed. Thiamine supplementation dose was significantly positively associated with a higher magnitude difference in looking time for IDS trials related to ADS trials. Only infants whose breastfeeding mothers received 10 milligrams of daily thiamine supplementation displayed this systematic attentional enhancement to IDS over ADS. So the graph down here is essentially showing that the 10 milligram group is showing the significant increase versus the other groups are not showing a preference for IDS over ADS. It's also important to note that within the video trials that were exposed to the infants for this task, the language that was exposed to them was English instead. Okay. Relationship between the MSEL and IDS task. So MSEL receptive and expressive language scores at 24 weeks were strongly positively correlated to each other. Interestingly, neither infants' MSEL receptive nor expressive language scores at 24 weeks were significantly correlated with the magnitude of their IDS related attentional enhancement at that same time period. These findings are suggesting that the MSEL measures and the IDS task tap into different aspects of infants' language development. Strikingly, maternal thiamine supplementation dose played a positive relationship to all these measures of language development. Okay, so in summary, maternal thiamine supplementation of 10 milligrams daily appeared to protect the integrity of language development for infants at risk of thiamine deficiency within Cambodia. Language development is fundamental to all learning. Thus, maternal thiamine supplementation during early infancy may be critical in helping to protect infants' cognitive development more generally. So based on our findings, we've concluded that continued supplementation beyond the 24-week period may be necessary to maintain supplementation-related benefits to infants' learning outcomes. Thank you.